Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. The question is for both of you guys. How do you think a healthy George Hill changed this series?
I mean, he's another added ball handler, another guy with high basketball IQ, and that's been in big games. And, you know, it helps to have that out on the floor, you know, to be able to create not only for himself as he did early on in the game, but, you know, just being able to create for others as well. So it's been great for us, you know, having him back, you know, after he had the injury.
Yeah, I think like I mentioned after Game 3, just having another facilitator outside of LeBron, bring the ball down the court. And for me personally, just setting a 1-5 pick and roll, that was something just that I missed, especially in the first series when he was out with his back. Just having him back healthy has been very positive for me. You know, there's a lot of times where Bron and I are in the pick and roll and they're able to switch and we're able to get the ball inside. But a lot of the time with the 1-5 pick and roll in this series, Casey had them switching, and whether they double teamed or whether they stayed put, I was able to go to work. And it was the same thing with Kyle too. I mentioned after the last game, he was able to get a lot of the balls inside. We were able to work our weak side action, and you know, Bron was finding us, George was finding us, and you know, it worked well. It's good to have him.
David Quenneman, ESPN. Kevin, the point total you had these last 3 games is the most you've had since late December over a 3-game stretch, and during that stretch, the Cavs went 1-2, not 3-0. Considering how the first round went for you, where did this come from, and can you just describe what you found in your game as of late?
I think it just came from me being me. I said after Game 2, I didn't forget how to play basketball. I mean, I just was ultra aggressive. You know, I found myself in spots, and I found myself, you know, just missing little chippies, missing shots that were uncharacteristic for me to miss, but continue to be aggressive, continue to put in the work every single day. So for me, it was just, like I said, more than anything, just being myself.
And for LeBron, how does this Raptors team compare to some of the teams that you've faced in multiple years and eliminated in multiple years in the past? And I mean, it's not your call in terms of what they do in the future, but just what's your opinion of them as an opponent?
I thought they were a very well-balanced, put-together team this year. I think they showed all year what they could become, and what they're capable of. They built a bench, you know, and you know the two-headed monster. Kind of obviously it starts with Kyle and DeMar, but they built a very good team to succeed in the postseason, and you know, everybody they kind of put on the floor throughout the whole season kind of, you know, was very productive for them. They didn't have to wear anybody down because they played 10 or 11 guys, and I, you know, felt, you know, coming into this series it was going to be a tough challenge for us because of how well balanced they were and how well they played, you know, especially throughout the regular season. So, you know, we just try to have a great game plan going out every night, try to execute it as close to 48 minutes, and see where it takes us.
Steve Ashburn on NBA.com. For both of you guys, 2 very different series, but these 11 playoff games, what have they meant to where your team is at now compared to the end of the regular season?
Well, I think every test for us is another opportunity for us to get better and see who we are. You know, besides, you know, our starting 5, well, besides, you know, us 4, you know, that's been on the championship team here, and then you add in Kyle. You know, pretty much it's kind of, you know, a whole new group. You know, every game, you know, from the 7-game series in the Indiana series to the 4 games here, we're just trying to, you know, get some more and more familiar with each other, you know, as a unit. You know, I know Kev know me, you know, and Tristan and JR and Kyle. But everybody else, we want to continue to learn and see where we can, you know, be as productive as they can be to help us be successful as a team. So, you know, it's still a learning experience for us. And the good thing about it, we have another round to continue to learn each other and try to get better.
Yeah, I think just to piggyback off that, I mean, Bron said it's been a learning experience for a number of players on this team that, you know, haven't had a lot of shared playoff experience or even shared time on the floor together. So I think Game 7 was Well, the entire Indiana series was big for us, but Game 7, in the fashion that we won, just getting that experience, and heading into Game 1 here, as I mentioned in the locker room, just fighting back from a big deficit, forcing it into overtime, and then finally taking that first lead in overtime and never really looking back, and winning in the fashion that we did in the 3 games that followed, I think was very telling and a learning experience for our entire team.
Akron Beacon Journal, for both. I know you have a much greater goal in mind, but is this getting to the conference finals any more satisfying just because of how tough the first round was and how tough the season was?
Well, I mean, I can only think about now. We've had 4 or 5 seasons wrapped in one. We've talked about it all year. We know what the narrative has been about our team, but I can only speak in the moment. And to be able to put ourselves in a position where we can, represent the Eastern Conference in the finals, that's all you can ask for. So we're excited about being a part of the Eastern Conference Finals once again, and have an opportunity to compete for a championship. That is what our goal is. We are excited about that. We're humbled about it, and we want to continue to get better throughout this week. We have a long week where we can continue to get better, and we look forward to that. And we look forward to the challenge, whoever we may face, either through Boston or through Philly. Both teams definitely create a lot of matchup problems. But at this moment, we don't have to think about them just yet. We will enjoy this moment, and like I said, be excited about what we've been able to accomplish so far in the postseason.
LeBron, Steve Simmons, Toronto Sun. Before the series began, you talked about not having enough time from the 7-game series to beginning this one, and maybe not enough preparation time. Would you ever have anticipated, knowing that you would have won 4 straight?
Well, we didn't, and I wasn't telling a tale about we didn't. We came in and winged Game 1, and we had a game plan. Our coaching staff gave us the best game plan that we can have in a short amount of time, because of having a Game 7 here, and then we had to fly the very next day and then play at 1 o'clock, I believe, in Toronto. So we kind of had to just wing it, and we came out and they kind of punched us in the mouth, and we kind of took that hit, and when we took that hit, we tried to go right back at them, punch them in the mouth as well, and we was able, like Kev said just a minute ago, that we was able to kind of force that game into OT and then take the lead for the first time, after Kyle Korver's 3, at the first possession that we had. So in every game, we was able to prep more and more and more and more, and really get down to trying to execute and kind of neutralize what they like to do and how we can be successful. And throughout the 4 games, we was able to do that.